So here we are with episode 7 of the many sides of Voice Actor Radio. Last episode, the location of Yuhi Yugure's apartment has been discovered, and her mom is not very happy about this, understandable, and she wants her daughter to quit. She's out here enacting parental rights on her. This leads us to the bet where Yuhi and Yasumi has to announce that they're going to be at a specific location at a specific time and hope that nobody will come and talk to them, which is honestly... The level is like impossible, but there's still a slight chance, I suppose. This leads to the bet of Yuhi and Yasumi sending out a notice that they're going to be at a specific time at a specific place and that nobody should come and see them or else they will quit. And honestly, that whole thing is like a 99% chance that somebody is going to visit them, but there's always that 1% chance, and that is what Yasumi's mom is banking on, so... We'll just have to see the results of this. I mean, it'd be really bad if it's like episode 7 and they have to quit, you know? But we'll just have to see. If you guys like the video, like the video. If you dislike it, dislike it. I do have my full length up on Patreon and early access in the YouTube memberships. Other than that, let us get started. Oh, I was gonna say it's Otome. Oh. So this is before they're just going out on a date, getting yourself some crepes. They're hanging out with such melancholy music. I don't know if it's the only way. Hopefully they're... yeah, whatever. Whipped up in a frenzy. Is that a school uniform? But then she's just like, I don't hang out with people who can't even drink. So, poor Mekurundin, Yubisaki. Doesn't want to see them. Sees them. That's what you get for not wanting to see them. The universe has a shitty way to show you. Oh shit, dude. This intense music just kicks in. Be eating crepes? Wastes time like this on her day off. Yeah, should be training, huh? Yeah, how dare you have a little R&R, huh? She's like the worst. Ooh, having fun on your day off? Fuck you, dude, Yubisaki. Every day would be like this, you being sad. Unfortunately, the idea of stardom and everything. I would say, have you tried telling your mom about that? But she'd probably be like, oh, just get over it. Yeah, that's the feeling you've been feeling for a long time. So you finally understand. Yeah, suffer. Yeah, until Yubisaki came. How could I even think that? The fact that, like, oh, you're finally feeling it? Look at her skipping around. So happy. These two, who are being ravished by their fans, can't relate. No, you've already exposed your identity. Yep. Yumiko-esque. she's Why is it so hard? Because you've been acting like somebody else. Oh, there's Oh shit! Oh shit, she's a super fan! Who is this? Who is this girl? Dude, we've seen her first episode. Who is she? Oh shit. fucking super fan, dude! Does she look like somebody? I'm amazed that I can understand her without fashion. Ooh. Love you since Plastic Girls. Oh shit! Damn. Uh-oh. I like the other. But was that really her in the first place? You know? That's the problem, you know? Ooh. No, dude, no. Dude, that's fucking threatening her. I was just asking about the brand. Oh shit, dude, Yubisaki got fucking outed. Grovel naked at your feet. Well, she's been acting like the way that she was before, that she would expect you to be monsters. I unironically. That was just her way of telling you to work harder, you know? That was entirely genuine. Yeah, she's happy as a fan, but upset as like a worker. Work and life are very different. So she separates her work and personal life. Yeah, but these two are bringing it together. Oh, she doesn't want people to see that she's a fucking otaku. Dude, everybody in this fucking restaurant has heard it, alright? Unless this is a dead cafe, actually. Blending your real voice with the character. Too busy teasing her. That is true. Yep. What about, yeah, you've abandoned them. That she basically said it. This isn't about reason. Unreasonable. What a fucking fan, dude. That's just the nature of things, you know? It's just the nature of things. You either adapt and go into a new branch, and you have to leave behind these people who feel like they've been left behind. It's just, again, it's just the nature of things. Actually, this is very unnatural. This is not nature at all. Ooh, sang out. Yeah. Oh, they talking about the announcement? From here to the station through the shopping arcade. Okay, yeah, so she's gonna be watching them. Holy shit. Yeah, with someone coming up and talking to you. Wow, what she did in the first episode. Jesus Christ, talking about fucking walking through this area and everybody just fucking watching you silently? Yo, I'd just be sprinting across. Ha! Wow, another fan. So do I. There it is, a fucking hater. I mean, a fan turned hater, huh? Oh, shit. Wait, the guy was already talking direct. Alright, you know what, whatever. When a fucking child has to... When a child... Sorry, she's probably not a child, actually. You know, she's just... I'm just talking to myself here. But I'm just talking to myself too. See, look, those are the much more understandable fans. It's just like, look, I don't like the way that the direction you're going, but like, I'm still gonna support you. Like, they're not doing anything super bad, right? Oh shit! Oh shit! Here comes Yubisaki. Gotta go! Gotta go! Gotta go! Mixed feelings, bro. Mixed feelings. I was thinking, I'm like, was the contract that like they had to walk through? Cause if it, the entire area erupts into cheers. Good thing there was nobody there. What the hell? I do think that was a good. I know that I'm just like saying it's just the nature of things, you know, like it's kind of like when creators, right, YouTubers, they have something and then they start pivoting into something different, you know? And obviously the fans who were there before would certainly feel betrayed because like the new stuff that they have might not be as interesting. I mean, I've done the pivot before. Like I used to do a lot of Yuri stuff, but now I've pivoted more to just anime reactions simply because that's primarily where the audience was. They weren't really particularly there for the Yuri stuff. Unfortunate, but that's just how it is. But I do understand that more often than not, when creators pivot into something different, right? They don't address the previous fans, right? The fans of the stuff that they had been before. And I definitely get that. Like, if you had to make a new, you know what? That whole fucking live stream shit that they did before? Oh. I swear, she's the person with like the young with the middle school. I feel like she's the person, the high schooler with a middle-aged face or something. Ooh, episode 224. Yubisaki, I think. Oh. Oh. Oh, what the? I'm just over here like, what's? You forgot that was a preview. Hold on, I wanted to, let's go onto our new segment. So, okay, good news for all fans. Okay, so the new segment is them bringing the old stuff back. Yu-chan and Ya-chan's high school radio. Okay. That makes sense. All right. A lot of stuff in this episode, but I'm just gonna go right back to the center. We'll talk a little bit more about it. Alright, so that was episode 7 of the many sides of voice actor radio. Let me know what you guys think about it in the comments down below. You know that I always like talking to you guys. For me, I thought that this was a pretty good episode. Great, even, actually. I really enjoyed the dive that they have about the relationship between a fan and the voice actor, or, just replace that with anything, right? Idol, creator, all the same, essentially. They're all a creative process. But this whole arc that we have been going through, this whole series, honestly, have been talking about the industry and, the fans and, the fucking raving mad fans out there and all that. And again, I really enjoy it, but I do think that this episode definitely punches it a little bit more in terms of the relationship, and also putting a little bit of the onus onto the creator as well. We also find out that Yubisaki is just a raving fan out here, and she so what she says is that she's the type who became a voice actress because she loved voice actress, and she just wanted to, get into here and be able to be near her favorite voice actresses, essentially. But she's able to keep her, she's able to separate her private and work life. And, it's definitely understandable on why she does that. And I do think that you should separate your work life from your personal life, because if you blend them all in together, when does the work part end and your personal life starts? And I definitely get what Yubisaki meant when she was talking about, with the whole casting couch stuff happened, you should have just continued to put on that mask that you've had this whole entire time and dealt with the situation like that, instead of breaking your mask and rebranding yourself and everything. And as understandable as that side is, when you are faced with a situation that could fuck up your life, or in this case, Yasumi just cares way too much about Yuhi, right? She felt like that could have fucked up Yuhi's life, and she knew, because Yuhi had said during that time, I'm just gonna quit, this whole shit sucks, right? So Yasumi knew, and she cares her about that much that she's willing to break her persona along with Yuhi, right? Well, Yuhi already did it, right? She's already got exposed and everything, but Yasumi was willing to take that hit for her as well. It's kind of like, we're gonna be in the same position together. Although, if the situation were to be, the same as during, the live stream stuff, just imagine if fucking Yasumi came in as Yasumi, and she fucking starts to explain about all this whole thing, and then fucking Yuhi comes in, but, she's not herself, dude, that'd be really awkward. I think I've mentioned it, or maybe I thought I mentioned it, about the idea of, having a person who is playing a character, but that that's not really them, right? That's not who they are. I think that that's fine, even in a creative process thing, and not a movie or a TV show or whatever. Kind of like the person I'm kind of thinking about right now. It's Dr. Disrespect, right? He plays up as this dude who is, super good. He is a good player. The way he expresses everything is very extravagant and all that, right? That's why people really like him. And but the thing is that he's not, that's not really who he is. He wears a fucking wig. He has, I can't remember if the mustache was real or not. But the wig is definitely, that's not what his hair looks like. He puts on a wig and he plays his character. When it comes to things like that, it's the same way that Yubisaki thinks. She sees Yuhi, and she knows how Chika is IRL, right? The real Yuhi and all that. She knows that, but she's able to separate that, and she was fine with that. But the issue is that the other fans, they might have not had that idea. They might have not known that the real Yuhi is completely different. That's why that fucking guy who came into live stream and expose her, right? That's why he's just she's been lying to us this whole time, right? It's because they are unable to separate the real personality from the fake one. And I that's the problem, right? That's where the problem starts, is that these idols, they have to portray themselves a certain way, even if they are not. And the fans are just so believing that this is their real personality, and that they're, or again, they have some sort of inkling that this is probably not the real person, but they're pushing it aside this whole time. But that inkling in the back is just this person's a liar. They're this is not their real self. And then when the exposed thing happens, it comes right front and center. It's just be see? I fucking knew it. she was a liar this whole time. So yeah, in case I didn't get that part out in like all the other episodes, just wanted to say that, because I know that I've also made the note of like genuine, right? If you're being genuine, that could also be a good selling point, especially if you're being your genuine self and you make it look like it's genuine enough that people feel like you're a genuine person. That shit can fucking sell. And with like the internet and, you know, YouTube and all that on hand, I definitely do see the personality that you might have on camera versus the personality you might have off camera ends up mixing together, because when it comes to a lot of YouTubers, right, they end up mixing their personal lives, you know, something like vloggers, they literally vlog their personal life, or like family vloggers, which, God, we don't need any more of those people, honestly. But, you know, they'll vlog their family life, and it could, if you look at it, maybe it could be genuine enough, or maybe they're just fucking lying their asses off. But if it feels genuine, right, you like it. But hopefully you don't take that as like, I'm saying that, oh, no fake personalities or anything. I still think that if you want to put on an act, and that's your decision that you want to make, that's fine. You know, that's fine. But like, if you join an agency and they're like, we want you to act like this, no. But if you join an agency and the agency tells you that you should act like this, and then you go along with it, and then when you finally get exposed, and then your fans think that you were being fake this whole time, and then your agency does absolutely nothing about it, fuck you. You know, like, again, Watanabe Chika, she joined this whole thing, and then she doesn't like her she doesn't like this personality that she's been playing the whole time, because she feels like she's being fake to people. And like, I would assume that was the decision making from the agency. And like, what the fuck did the agency do when she got exposed? Oh, well, they were preparing a PR process and all that, but like, the dad eventually comes to like to be like, oh, I'm actually her dad, and you know, this and this, all that. So like, that wasn't even a part of the PR for Yuhi Yugure. But like, what exactly would they have done in the PR process, you know? Other than the agency should have just, I mean, they shouldn't, they won't take the blame. Because if one of their idols, you know, one of their workers get taken and they get fucking hit, sucks to suck, you know? Like, hopefully you can rebuild from all this, but if not, we'll just fucking drop you, because you're not making us money anymore, so fuck you. Get the fuck out of here. We're not taking the blame for any of these shit that we might have done to fool the audience and all that, right? Like, the agency won't fucking come out and be like, oh, we're actually the person who manufactured this. We're actually the person who did all this in the first place, you know? This was in her contract that she signed, and she had to deal with it. I mean, even Yubisaki says the only reason why the agency agreed with the personality switch, was because it was doing great for the show, and they were just like, yeah, that makes us money. That gives us more views. That's great shit. We'll let that slide. But if it wasn't, they probably would have been like, fuck you guys. I mean, be even more mad, right? Fuck you guys for breaking this fucking personality that you guys have. Now you're not getting any views. Now you're not getting any money. You're not giving us money. You suck. Anyways, I can't remember if I actually finished this whole part of the discussion or not, but I'm moving on. All right, I'm moving. So here we are with Otome. we saw a little bit of Otome, which is always nice, and I think it's just me gonna be repeating the process, which is Otome is a genuine person, from what we see anyways, you know? We don't really see too much of her, but from the way we see her off-screen, by off-screen I mean like away from the audience, you know, away from a camera, anything that's related to that, but like when she's off camera, it's still the same person as you see when she's on stage. And that's the genuinity that people like about her. That's why she's so popular. That's why people love her so much. and like, here we have, right, where she's fucking shining bright, and she's just like, it's not every day that you get to meet your fans. I just love talking to my fans. I genuinely love them, right? And I will assume that feeling spreads to the fans, and that's why they're like, wow, she's so fucking great. You know, I love her. Meanwhile, these two. But during the meet and greet, we have Yasumi, who is continuing to think about how, like, I'm playing myself, right? I'm playing my own personality, but why is it so hard to just be myself? What is going on? There's just something that is that is causing it, right? And then she sees it on her fan's face in the way that they're coming here to be like, hey, I'm your fan, I'm really happy to see you, and then the person that they're a fan of, right, in front of them is a completely different person. And it's just like, whoa, what the hell's going on? I don't know what's happening. So she sees these reactions, but like she still can't, like, you know, it's like on the tip of her tongue, but she just can't say it. She just doesn't know exactly what it is, but it is on the tip of her tongue. And that's when we've got Yubisaki, the super fan really out here telling Otome all the things that she likes about her, you know, all the good shit. And then she immediately goes to Yuhi, tells her all the fucking things that she likes, and then immediately goes to Yasu, right? Says the exact same thing, but here she ends up saying something that finally catches Yasumi's attention, right? It's, hold on, let me go see this. I really love you, but I'm sad I won't ever get to see the old Yasu ever again. Okay, and then she says, I'm so sorry. She says that, right? I'm sad that I won't ever see the old Yasumi again. And that finally clicks with Yasumi, right? Okay, so this is why it's so uneasy for me. It's because I'm basically abandoning my old personality, and here in this case, it feels like I'm abandoning my fans. And I know that I gotta just say, like, you know, as a fan, you should just fucking suck it up. It's a hard process, alright, as a fan, whether, like, you feel like someone could be genuine, but then they're actually just manufactured this whole time. And, you know, could give you fucking trust issues. But, again, like, I think it's okay for fans to feel betrayed. I think it's okay for that. I think what's not okay, right, it's the harassment that happens online and offline. And that's the bad part, right? I think it's okay if you feel betrayed and all that, but, like, you should at least just leave a much less aggressive comment. You know, like, I used to I like you when you were doing things, and, you know, it's unfortunate, but I just don't like the way that you are now, and that's kind of it. But also, like, what a fucking blow, by the way. What a fucking blow to the person who is now trying to be their genuine self, right? Trying to be, just be who they are, and just getting fans to be like, yeah, I don't like your actual self. Fuck you, give me my own manufactured one back. Give me back my fantasy. I want to take the blue pill. With that, Yasumi figures out that this is Yubisaki this whole time. We just have Yubisaki just crying. Bawling over a cup of fucking coffee, you know? At least she'll give it a little bit of salt in there. But here in this part, we've got Yubisaki who tells them, I love you as a fan, but I hate you as a coworker. And dude, the fucking split in that. Although she's trying her best. Like, she's like, I try to separate my private life from my work life, but, like, she's having a really hard time actually doing it. Because, like, she's so fucking conflicted now, because she just has this love-hate relationship, and she doesn't know what to do with it specifically. You know, so she's just kind of, like, focused on like different ends, right? As coworkers, she fucking hates them, and she just fucking says all the things that she feels is needed to be said. But then as a fan, she just fucking loves them, and then she says all the nice things that she feels is needed to be said. And it's just like, okay, but, like, if you've got two opposing sides with each other and, like, they're clashing, that's really fucking difficult, you know? That also reminds me, I think it was last episode, right, with the whole radio show, and Yubisaki's just out there roasting them before they go live. and after they go live, honestly. We had that moment where Yasumi asked Yubisaki, like, hey, do you want to go out and, like, eat or something? You know, like, can we buy lunch or something? And Yubisaki didn't say no, right? She technically didn't say no. She could not say no to her favorite voice actress. One of her favorites, anyways. She could not say no, but, like, her business side is just like, no, I cannot accept her invite. No way will I go and go out with you when you can't even drink. And then, you know, Yasumi's just like, oh, that means that if I can drink, you'll go out with me, right? Yubisaki's still gonna be like, fuck, I gotta get out of here before I succumb and say yes. Okay, so you said you were sad because you'd never get to see the old me again. I want to know what you meant by that. Precisely what I said. I miss the old you. I've liked you ever since your debut. You too, Yuhime. But what made me fall in love with Utatane Yasumi was the cute, cheery way she talked. And with Yugure Yuhi, her refined, gentle demeanor, nothing like you are now. But Yubisaki, you must have known what I was really like at the office. And you still liked my persona? Dude, fucking just wait until Yubisaki finds out about your fucking breast groping obsession. I'm just saying. If Yubisaki finds that out, she's just like, whoa, you've been groping Yasumi's tits this whole time. That would fucking shatter her mind, I think. Okay, you still like my persona? So she says, who cares what you're really like? Every voice actress, to some degree, puts on an act when they face the public. I'm no exception. I didn't like you as our agency's little star. I liked you as the Yugure Yuhi I saw on the screen. After that casting couch rumor, the two of you decided to run with your real personalities. It was good for your radio show, so your agencies were on board. You're rebranding yourselves. But what the hell? What about the people who liked you, wait, hold on, I could not read that sentence. What about the people who liked you, what about the people who liked who you were before? There you go. What about how I feel? Well, what about Yuhi and Yasumi? What about they fucking feel? I know you made the best of the situation, but it's not reasons, right? This isn't about reason. My two favorite voice actors are just suddenly gone, and two totally different people took their place. How could I not be upset about that? When Yubisaki says it's not about reasons, dude, that truly is like some fucking rabid fans out there. It's not about the reasons. It's not about the things that you did. It's not about the reasons or like the path that ended up where you were. How the fuck dare you just fucking abandon us like that, right? You thought about how we feel, which like, again, like, yeah, I get it, but you know, kind of like parental rights. Your feelings are secondary. But also thinking a little bit more and also thinking about like what I was talking about and how like people have real personalities and a personality that they put on camera, right? As long as the other, I do get what Yubisaki means, right? And also the whole idea of like, well, Yasumi could have gone on the live stream and be like, hey, this is the real me, this and that, and then they still could have continued on with like their personality and all that, but they need to make it known that like, hey, you know, this is how we are in the radio, right? And like if the people are more like Yubisaki, and it's just like, we does it really matter if that fake personality is fake or not? I just like you for the way you are, right? If people were like Yubisaki, then sure, maybe that would have worked. But again, the problem with this whole sort of thing is that they propped them up originally as like, this is their real self. But Yubisaki's just like, well, everybody knows the voice actors, you know, they would put up they would put up a little bit of a mask on them, like they're not being their real self and whatnot. But Yubisaki, as a senior voice actress, has more experience than a normal fan does. Right? So I also can't really put Yubisaki as just like a normal fan. In fact, she's a super fan, and a super fan who is within the industry. So like she has much more insight to this whole fucking shit than anybody else, even as like super fans. And like, you know, even like if you're a fan and you might have the idea that, oh, they could be fake, you still don't really know that. But Yubisaki knows about it. And that's why it's so much easier for her to separate these two compared to like a normal fan. Either way, this leads us on over to the next scene where Yuhi and Yasumi decided that they're going to make a video. This video is also here to announce the, not the meet and greet, but you know, the stand and stare, I suppose. You can stand there and stare at them. But here in this video, they address to the longtime fans, the people who were fans of Yuhi Yugure and Yasumi Utatane. And they apologize, right? They give a formal apology to these people. It's just like, I know you guys love these people and all that, and we're sorry for taking them away from you. We're sorry for taking your fantasy away from you. Sucks sometimes. But perhaps because in this video, they were being genuine with the ways that they are, and that genuinity hit the fans, especially the fans who really love them, but they're in a bit of a turmoil right now because they don't understand how they should be feeling, like Yubisaki. And so here we are with the final scene where Miss Watanabe is going to watch them. She's just gonna go follow them and all that, and there are just people just waiting outside, bro. Again, these people, not high schoolers, just waiting outside of a high school for two high school girls. I know that asking you all to forgive us is honestly more than we deserve. The fuck? Again, like, fuck those people. You know, like, if they're unable to fucking connect the dot on why you had to change this in the first place, I mean, I shouldn't say fuck them, because, again, it's not all entirely their fault, right? Because I still think that we should punch up and say that it's the agency's fault, alright? They should have taken the blame, but they're not going to, alright? Because losing one idol is so much better than losing the entire agency. I also like this moment where Yasumi is feeling scared, right? Very anxious, because she gets to see all these people that she feel like she has betrayed, and we've got Yuhi who holds her hand. It's just like, when you realize you're not alone, things get easier, and it's the same thing that she told her in the first episode. I love it. It goes around full circle, and it just goes to show that Yasumi is rubbing off of Yuhi. I shouldn't say rubbing, consider the amount of... Alright, never mind. So they be walking down the street, through the arcade, I mean, and then we've got this guy who just comes up, ready to say something, because he's just like, yo, they're gonna quit if I talk to them? Hell yeah. Before another fan comes in, right? But he says it right out. It's just like, yo, she fucking betrayed us, so like, she should fucking quit. Fuck her. Get her out of here. But despite still having these sort of people, you know, there are fans who just comes in to help them, to make sure that these people aren't talking to them, and just basically saying like, hey, I don't like the change either, but I still support them. I'm gonna support them through this change, and you know, change is hard. People don't like change, and I think that it's okay to not like it. The problem with change, if you're gonna fight back against it, right? If you're going to be like, I don't like this change, so I'm gonna make sure that it's never going to change, or at the very least, if I can't have these things, nobody can. So these two are just out here walking through a crowd of fans as they tell them about, again, the inner turmoil within them and how disappointed and feeling betrayed they are. But at the same time, right, these, like this girl here, right, she was having a bad time in school. Yasumi's voice cheered her up, and that is what able to get them through their harshness in life. Well, you know what, that also kind of gets me in the fact that there are people who are just are big fans because they feel like their idol has saved them, and like that puts their idol on like a really big pedestal. And you know, the higher you are, the higher up you are, the harder to fucking fall. And so for these fans, right, when they feel like an idol has saved them, or a celebrity or a creator or whatever has saved them, and then they find out that this person that they felt was their savior isn't a real person at all, that fucks with them. And like, I definitely get that. Like, that absolutely fucks with them. And you know, there's a phrase called never meet your heroes, right? So like, that's kind of how it is. But then at the same time, it's not like they win. I mean, they could have met them, but also like, you know, like the whole idea behind that phrase is that your hero that you see and idolize might not be the same person IRL when you actually get to meet them. And again, it's just me repeating a lot of stuff. I do think that here in America, with like Hollywood actors and all that, and like the amount of fucking scandals that they get into, like the big Hollywood actors, like the amount of scandals they get into, but then like they're still successful and all that because they're just great actors. Like, I feel like people don't particularly care too much about that whole shit, you know? Like, oh yeah, this person, he's a fucking asshole IRL, but like, I still like his acting, I still like his movies, so like, I'm still gonna watch him. And it feels like right here in America, it's just kind of like, we're kind of just sort of assuming that people have like a bad side to them, or like the person that you see on television or like in interviews or something might not be the real person. So then when stuff happens, it's just kind of like, you know. Then again, I'm not really integrated into like the whole Hollywood society, so I don't know. Maybe not. You know, I don't really look at fan comments about all these stuff. So I don't know. But I do feel that like seeing all these scandals and then seeing all the shit that YouTubers fucking get into, especially if they're like a Minecraft YouTuber for some freaking reason, it just isn't a big surprise for me anymore. You know, and then if I see a person playing a character, or if they're being I feel like they're being their real self and then finding out that they're not, it's just, I'm just kind of like, whatever, you know, disappointing. I won't watch them anymore probably, and that's that. So as they're running, these people, having heard all these other people yelling out, you know, they're all just talking to themselves. They're just yelling into the open air, that's all. They're not actually talking to them. Which I'm just over here like, alright, this... like, we have failed this a long time ago, alright? Just because you say, I'm just talking to myself, like, we know the actual intent. But it's also nice to see that this Watanabe is just like, okay, you know, but like, she probably also sees, like, the amount of support that these two have, as even if there are haters along the way. I assume she's gonna be like, okay, you guys won the bet, and we're just gonna let this whole thing go and hopefully move to a new apartment. So that'll be nice. So after hearing their fans telling them to not give up, that they still want to hear their voices, these two yelling out into the open air as well, right? Telling to their fans that I'm not going to give up. And I just love that as they run into the train station, the entire crowd just fucking cheers, dude. They're just like, yeah, let's fucking go. They're not quitting. It's so good, dude. And just towards the end, you know, the train passes by and they're just out here fucking crying their eyes out, which, I mean, them knowing that they're not going to quit, they're going to continue, but also knowing that their fans are willing to support them. Most of them anyways, right, are willing to support them. It's nice, right? It's that they were having that, Yasumi herself was having that fear this whole time. And, oh yeah, you know what? That reminds me, there was this one part in the beginning when they were having their date and Yuhi is talking about like, oh, the fear of losing your career, you know, losing my sight, losing this future vision that I have of myself. It's really fucking scary. I don't know what I'm gonna do if I go on a hiatus. Everybody's gonna forget about me. And like, again, that's like the unfortunate thing with stardom, right? You have to continue to do things to keep people thinking about you, or else, if not, right, everybody has busy lives, so they're gonna fucking forget about you. While Yuhi is saying that, Yasumi's just over here like, oh, I've been feeling this for a long time now. Now you're finally feeling it? Oh, it's just because you've been popular this whole time, and hey, you never knew about this feeling before. I've been suffering this whole time. She gets into that mood again, right? She feels that way again, but instead of expressing it out like last time, she catches herself, and she's just like, wait, hold on. I shouldn't be thinking about this. You know, because it's that way of like, oh, I'm suffering, so you should be suffering too, right? Oh, now you know what suffering is, and I like that Yasumi caught herself on that. She's just like, no, I shouldn't be thinking about this. I need to think about us and what we're going to do in this next step, not in like the next 10 steps, just the next steps that we need to take. And so in the after credit scene, we have Yubisaki writing and listening to her favorite radio show, one of her favorite radio show anyways. She listens to every single episode, it seems. She's doing this, on the radio, they're talking about how they have a new segment, and the new segment is just their old segment. Which I thought was so fucking funny, but it's something for the fans, right? It's like, okay, I know you guys missed the old personalities, so we're going to mix this together. We're going to have this old segment where we have the new segment where we have the old personalities, but like, you still know that our new personality is, or our new or real personality is still there, but we're gonna give you something that the fan wants. And that kind of goes back to what I was talking about, in how, like, if the fans know that the person that you're acting on camera, on behind the mic or whatever, isn't the real person, but like they understand that and they like the character that you are playing as, I think that's fine. Right? I think that's fine. The problem is just portraying yourself as that person and then making the fans believe that you are that person IRL. But also, I'm thinking about how, like, maybe Yuhi and Yasumi suggested this, and then the agencies were probably like, maybe fans would like that. Yeah, it'll probably get us money. Well, we agreed to that. Yeah, let's fucking do it. It's that feeling of, like, corporate taking something away from you. You know, taking a product or a brand that you really like, and then they bring it back as like a nostalgia factor, you know, like, remember when we had these? Well, guess what? They're on sale for a limited time and now you can buy them. You know, give you a little case of FOMO as well. It's limited edition. You'll never get this again if you don't buy it right now, here and then. So I was just thinking about that too, and I'm just like, yeah, this, obviously, still good for the fan, gives them what they want, but this is the agency would fucking love this because it's gonna make them more money. Anyways, I am all tuckered out, so if I have anything else to say, I will write it in the description down below. Thank you guys for sticking around, and I'll see you guys in the next episode.